Welcome back into the Friday Night 360 AZ preview show. Haley Stasiak and Jordan Ham previewing all the Week 5 action. We've got a big 6A matchup coming up between Perry and Highland. With that, we'll bring in Perry head coach Preston Jones. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
On offense, you've got a lot of guys who have returned this year. How is that experience kind of helping you guys this season?
Oh, it's helping us a tremendous amount. I think that we started our season kind of where we finished our season as far as installation and what we're doing offensively and some of our different concepts we normally would be getting to towards the end of the season. We got to start at the beginning of the year with it.
So much has been made about Brock Purdy's ability to throw the ball and get it out to your talented wide receivers, but he's also so dangerous on the ground. What does that do for your offense, and how much of Brock's run game is by design and how much of it is improvised?
Well, we don't have him run as much as what we probably should by design. He is a huge threat with his legs. That's one of his strengths, but we have a quarterback coach here that sometimes elbows me every time I call a run play for him. And so he doesn't like to run them, which we know it's a long season. We want to keep him as healthy as possible, but that's one of Brock's biggest strengths. And if we wanted to, I think we could use those legs a lot more. And I think down the road when it's needed, we will do that, because I think as a defense, hardest thing to prepare for is a quarterback that can hurt you with his legs as well.
That offense obviously getting a lot of attention, but what is it about this defense that's key to helping win these games?
Our defensive staff, this is the second year to run this defense. They've got it figured out pretty well. And then also we got a lot of returning guys on the defense side of the ball and some great players there. But yeah, that's probably what I'm happy with the most so far to date with our season, is how our defense has been playing.
You have a big undefeated matchup against Highland this week. What have you seen out of the Hawks, and what are your keys to success with this turnaround team?
Highland's defense is solid. You know, it's a great play with their defense. They got some kids that will run the football. They're forcing a lot of takeaways. They got a lot of interceptions. I think the key for us is to not give the ball up, to sustain drives, and if we do stub our toe and have to punt like most teams, and we do that, we need to learn how to respond and not get frustrated with that, because they're a great defensive coach, and they are going to stop us. And so we got to work on our poise and stay patient, and then like I said, take care of the football.
Perry head coach Preston Jones joining us right now. Coach, one last question. You've got 5 games coming up that are kind of a tough stretch. Highland, Chandler, Brophy, Hamilton, and Basha. What it is about this team that makes you so confident that you can continue to play as well as you have been?
I think that our depth really helps out. You know, we've had cases of some injuries. We've had some sicknesses, things like that, but we always have guys able and willing to fill in, and so our depth is really helping us out, and we're kind of starting to get more healthy as the season rolls, which is always good. But I think depth will be the key to our success this second half.
Coach, thanks so much for coming on with us. Good luck this week.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Perry head coach Preston Jones there. Like I said earlier, this offense is just unbelievable, and it was interesting for him to say that the defense did have a lot of returners too, and how they can just make the plays on D to stop the opposing offenses and get things done as well.
Yeah, right now they're giving up 22 points a game. They're posting close to 60 on offense, so there's a pretty big discrepancy against that. So they're in okay shape, certainly on both sides of the football. And it was also interesting. You know, I feel like, as I asked Coach, with Brock Purdy and his ability to run, it seems like it's one of his more underrated skills.
Oh, definitely.
But it's funny that the offensive coach and the quarterback's coach don't like to have Brock Purdy run. It makes sense, because he is a big guy. He is a competitive guy. I don't think he really likes sliding all that much. I think if he sees a guy, bearing down on him, he'd rather lower his shoulder and try to run him over. Just knowing how Brock is when I've interacted with him. But this is certainly a team, they've made steps over the past couple of years. It seemed like it was 3 or 4 years ago, they were kind of like a sleeping giant, and you definitely saw them take leaps and bounds in improvement last year, and having so many returners come back, and so many guys who have a couple of years ahead of them in their high school career certainly adds to the allure of what Perry could be over the next couple of years. But with this game against Highland, it is going to be a kind of a tale of two styles. Brock Farrell's done a great job over at Highland turning that team around. That was another team where it was like, it seems like the talent's there, you just couldn't quite get it to click just right. But whatever he's doing, they're doing a lot of things right, and I think are the surprise team in 6A right now.
Big 6A matchup there between Perry and Highland on Friday night. When we come back, we're going to be breaking down more of those Week 5 matchups. Keep it right here on the Friday Night 360 AZ Preview Show.